This is my reaction to 3 of the most important games that were played this week. But before we start, please don't forget to smash that like button and of course subscribe to my channel for more daily content. It will help me grow my channel as fast as possible and I really appreciate it. This fixture began with the game between Chelsea and Brighton, and after a few weeks of poor performances by Chelsea players Enzo Maresca, everybody who truly watches football knew that Brighton was going to win this game. This is yet another time that the Seagulls defeat Chelsea in recent seasons, but we have to be honest, Chelsea looks flatter than ever. Cole Palmer is being a shadow of himself. Before these few fixtures, there were conversations about Cole Palmer not being the main man in big games, and right now it feels like Cole Palmer isn't even playing as good as they said he would in smaller games against smaller teams. And I think Chelsea fans must accept that comparing him to the likes of Salah and Saka was always a mistake. Another mistake that Chelsea fans need to come to terms with is that they said they had revived Sancho, but it seems now that he's more dead than ever. When Jadon Sancho left Manchester United, he spoke about being free now. And I'm not trying to give any credits to Manchester United here because we've seen players who left there and improved, and we could see it in Anthony and Scott McTominay in recent history. But Jadon Sancho, it seems like he's now freed from United, but not from being useless. All Sancho does is that he receives the ball, takes a few steps, and pass it backwards. And even when he tries to dribble past the defender, he almost every time loses the position. It's true that in modern football we do not see classic wingers like before. Players who dribble or play with speed and flair and rack up goals and assists. But Sancho's problem is not fitting in the system. It's just being a bad footballer right now. I don't know if it's a mental issue or he's just not training as hard as needed, but whatever it is, he's having a rough and poor season at a time where Chelsea needs its players and its wingers to show up. Sancho is hiding in the shadows more than ever. But that being said, we cannot overlook Maresca, the man who arrived in Chelsea with a lot of noise around him because of the context. The coach who's mentored by Pep Guardiola, the man who brought Leicester City back into Premier League, the one who has his unique style of play. But his tactics now look mid-table and he cannot recognize his players' talents and strengths to use them in proper positions and in a proper system. And he even cannot utilize his squad. Of course, this is Maresca's first season at Chelsea and in the Premier League, but it doesn't mean that he can dodge the criticism. In fact, I even criticize Arne Slot. Yes, Arne Slot is having his first season in the Premier League as well, and he's doing so great, to be honest. He's in the top of the league, 7 points clear of Arsenal. He's doing well in the Champions League and he's in the final of the EFL Cup. But I still criticize the second half performance against Wolves. They started the game so well, and with the goals from Diaz and Salah, they were ahead of Wolves by 2 goals. But we could still see the effect of drawing against Everton, dropping points in Goodison Park. You could still see that in players' performances. And I think in that moment you need your manager to step in, your coach, to tell you, of course we shouldn't have dropped points against Everton and the circumstances is clear to everybody, but we're still 7 points clear of Arsenal and you need to stay calm. the players being stressed out has led to the point where they're picking a lot of yellow cards, and many people even believe that McAllister should have been sent off against Everton and Konate should have seen red against Wolves. And Konate's yellow card made Slot substitute him at halftime with Kwanzaa coming in, and Wolves started to put pressure on Liverpool immediately after that in the beginning of the second half. Although Gerald Kwanzaa had a better performance in this game compared to previous ones, but still you cannot deny that he's weaker in duels and physical combats. And because of that, Wolves managed to create two very, very dangerous balls on Liverpool's goal in the first 5 minutes. And Kwanzaa, of course, had a very crucial goal line clearance in this game as well. That, of course, wasn't the worst phase of the game. At least in that period of time, Liverpool tried to take advantage of Wolves players being on the front foot, and they tried to use their transitional counter-attacks to score goals, and that led to Mohamed Salah's third offside goal and Diego Jota winning a penalty that was ruled out by VAR, and rightly so. After that, Liverpool had nothing to offer. They had literally 0 shots in the second half, and the players being stressed out spread it in the stadium with fans watching the game anxiously. And in that second half, Wolves really looked like the better team. And when Wolves scored their first goal in the most spectacular way, that stress doubled up, and even Virgil van Dijk got a yellow card, which means that if he picks up another yellow card against Aston Villa, he will lose the crucial game against Manchester City. But in the end, Liverpool managed to defeat Wolves 2-1 and gain another 3 points, keeping the margin between them and Arsenal in 7 points. In another exciting match in this week, Manchester City managed to defeat Newcastle United 4-0. And to be honest, based on what I had seen in previous matches from both teams, I expected Newcastle to take points off Manchester City. However, with another excellent performance from Umar Marmoush, who bagged his first hat-trick in Manchester City, they managed to defeat Newcastle, proving they're still Manchester City, the team who fights until the end of the season, and they're still trying to get that Champions League spot and return to their greatest form. Although they don't seem to stand a chance against Real Madrid and they're probably going to get out of the Champions League, Liverpool should still be taking notes from this game, understanding that Manchester City is still able to take points off any other sides and defeat any other team in this league. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more daily content around football. And of course it will help me grow my channel as fast as possible. And as always, don't forget to share your thoughts with me down below in the comments. And as always, have a good one.